It is seen anyone has to ask a question to a doctor. 8 out of 10 times, it is not concerning a prescription, but a doubt one may have in his or her own mind about a health issue or something you heard. Well, for all such doubts, all such queries, we are here at Dr. Saab, Hindi on Wednesdays and English on Fridays. Do subscribe and share our podcast to your contacts and friends.
Friends, now that the monsoons are about to come in Mumbai and all parts of India, let us talk about monsoon ailments. What are they and how to tackle them?
Yes, very right. Even most doctors attend a refresher course every year in the month of May, June on how to handle monsoon ailments because the guidelines keep changing and these ailments are a big cause of morbidity and death.
So, then what are they? Like, what are monsoon ailments? Are they different from the other ailments we see throughout the year?
Some ailments earlier used to occur only in monsoons, but now they are present all over the year, but they are more prevalent in monsoon. Certain ailments like leptospirosis may not occur throughout the year, but only in monsoons when there is water logging. But otherwise, they are all present right through the year. Let me give an example of dengue. In a given month, I may see 1 or 2 patients of dengue in a month, but in the month of monsoons, that tally may go up to 50 to 60 patients of dengue in a month. So you can understand why we are more paranoid about monsoon ailments.
So, then what are the common monsoon ailments?
Okay, the common ones are malaria, dengue, acute gastroenteritis, typhoid fever, leptospirosis, chikungunya, and acute hepatitis or jaundice. These 7 are very common and they generally come under the umbrella of monsoon ailments.
So, why they occur in monsoon only?
Good question. Malaria is spread by mosquitoes, the mosquitoes that bite in the night. These mosquitoes breed in stagnant, dirty water. So, in monsoon, there is puddle of water made rainwater all over the country, which are breeding ground for these malaria mosquitoes. Dengue, another mosquito, which is a daytime mosquito, and these mosquitoes breed in stagnant, clean water. So, water in your planters, water may be in your fridge tray. There's a shell of coconut lying in your balcony with water filled. Dengue mosquitoes will breed there. So, mosquitoes breed more in stagnant or clean water. Then, all the waterborne infections like gastroenteritis, typhoid, and jaundice occur because of contaminated food and water. And there is a very strong chance of fecal contamination of drinking water in monsoon. So, some are mosquito driven, some are contaminated food driven infections. Chikungunya is a virus which somehow is seen to occur more in monsoons. And leptospirosis is a very serious infection. When there is water logging, any area where there's water logging, the water goes inside all the rat holes. Now, rat holes contain rat urine. So, in water logging, this rat urine comes out and contaminates the logged water. When people walk into that water, either barefoot or with small cuts on the feet, the spirochetes called leptospira enter from those cuts and infect the person with leptospirosis. I hope this is now clear why these diseases occur more in monsoons than around the year.
Yes, sir. Now it's clear because usually, we associate this ailments like dengue and all. It is there always. Then why bother only in monsoons? What about common cold?
Common cold, a lot of people, despite having umbrella or raincoat, get soaked in water, rainwater. If they have a tendency for catching cold, then they will get a cold. running nose, sneezing, nose block. But common respiratory viruses also occur commonly in monsoon. So that is why common cold also is seen very commonly in monsoon, or what we know as viral fevers, fever, running nose, throat pain, cough, going on for 2 3 days and just disappearing.
And then what they usually do is self medicate, and that too with antibiotics. Any comments on that?
It's a sad part in our country that antibiotics are available without a prescription, and people have started trusting their cousins, friends, or even social media groups, and they read medicines and they consume them. Just understand, I'm not saying because I'm a doctor. It takes 5.5 years for medical graduation, and a doctor keeps learning all his life or all her life. Just because you know a name of a medicine doesn't make you a doctor. Most viral fevers do not require antibiotic. You are actually weakening your body and you are creating a resistance in your body that when the antibiotic is really needed, it will not work.
So, can you let us know about any preventive medicine for like common cold or malaria, dengue?
Malaria, there are preventive medicines. Of course, in India now it is endemic. So earlier on, if say a particular city had an endemic of malaria and people would travel there, we would give them preventive medicine. But now in India, we don't do. People who travel to India from overseas during monsoon generally take malaria prevention 2 weeks before they start and 4 weeks after they go back. Other than that, there are no preventive medicine for malaria or dengue. Dengue is a virus again, so preventing yourself from mosquito bite is the main thing. Typhoid has a vaccine. One vaccine keeps you safe for 3 years. Other infections, there are no preventive medicine. Leptospirosis, yes, but that I will not give the name here. If you have waded through locked water, then contact your doctor. He may give you a 5-day course of medicine to prevent leptospirosis.
And so, what about flu shots?
See, viruses will keep occurring. Most of them are respiratory viruses. And then there are influenza vaccines available, which ideally should be taken once a year. They are given to children till they are 5, 6, 7 year old. Then parents generally ignore. People who are above the age of 60, people who are diabetic, people who have a heart disease, people who have a kidney disease, people who have asthma or COPD, all should be vaccinated at least once a year. Most of the other patients who like to prevent diseases, we normally give influenza vaccine once a year. It helps against four common viruses, H1N1 or swine flu being one of them.
So, what precautions should we take to avoid getting infected with waterborne diseases?
Waterborne disease, as I said, is occurring from contaminated food and water. So if you have a tendency or if you have your life that you have to eat outside food and you cannot be sure of the hygiene, at least make sure that the water that you drink is hygienic, is not contaminated. So carry your water bottles from home. Otherwise, buy a good brand of bottled water and avoid uncooked food from out like chutneys, sauces, salads, raitas, where you don't know which kind of water has been added. Then children are generally given typhoid vaccine. In the part of the child's vaccine, the last typhoid vaccine is given at 16 years. So till about 19-20 years, they are safe. I recommend typhoid vaccine to my patients when they enter 10th, because if you give typhoid vaccine when they enter 10th, it protects them for 3 years. So at least I am ensuring that two board exams, they will not get typhoid and get bogged down. Secondly, keep your immunity high, drink a lot of water, and take treatment immediately by a doctor, not self medication.
So, this is not related to any medicines or so, but is there any way we can protect mosquitoes in monsoon season?
Yes, our municipal corporations across the country are doing great work in preventing mosquito breeding. Now, in most buildings, the overhead water tank has the lid missing. So, pre monsoon, the workers come and check and they want to put medicine there to kill the mosquito larvae. But most people do not allow that. They even bribe the workers not to do that. So, I would say let the local authorities take all the steps. Make sure in your surrounding, in your flat, in your building, there is no such item lying where water can collect. All your plants should never have locked water. All the drainages should be fine. This is the way you can prevent mosquito breeding and then prevent mosquito borne diseases. In Bombay and other major metros, it has been seen that mosquito borne ailments are more prevalent in high rise buildings than in slums. So you can understand it is the stagnant water that is causing it. So, friends, follow us on our podcasts to get information about future episodes and circulate among your friends. Also, come back to us if you have a query about anything that we have covered or we have not covered so far. Thank you.